Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to everyone. Thank you guys for joining. We're back for another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get into the show because we have some things to get into. Good morning, Sunshine Rays. Thanks for being here, love. I see my top flights are in the building. Tiffany Thomas, I see you here. Good morning. Good morning. I see Sunshine Rays. Good morning. I see my other top flight mod. Rose is in the building. Deborah Banks is here. Good morning. Sheila Washington, I see you. Good morning. Good morning to everyone coming in. Good rainy, cold morning, because that's exactly what I was so happy to be working from home today. Yes, God. Let's see. Felicia, good morning. Let's go back up. Okay, yeah. SD Warren, I see you. I see you, Miss Red. Shirley Terry is here. Gail West is here. Good morning. Maria Perry. Marion's Favorites is here. Good morning. Again, Sunshine Rays. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Charlene is in the building. Miss McCully is here. Audrey Williams is here. Good morning. Good morning, Big Steak. I see you. I see you, Diana Black. Denise Slay is here. Says happy hump day to you. Happy hump day to everyone. Hope you guys are getting your coffee and tea, getting where you need to be this morning. Thanks for coming in. Sandra Rao, good morning. Helen Thomas is here. Tam C is here. Good morning. Good morning, MB. Why I can't see this morning? 1969. Good morning. Good morning, Angela Kelly. Good morning. Good morning to everybody coming in. How y'all doing? I'm still kind of waking up a little bit, y'all. It's raining out, so I'm still in sleep mode a little bit. Let me open my curtains up so I can look outside and wake on up. Let's get into the show, though. Everything said in the video is alleged and, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Good morning, Jamelia. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get into it. We got 56 in the building. I hope we have 56 likes, right? I just know we do. I ain't even going to go look. All right, but let's get into it, though. First, we get the politics out the way, so let's get that. Shout out to my Mars. Shout out to the Caramellians. Shout out to the people in the bushes. Thank you guys for being here. Let's roll. All right, so let's get into some Jasmine Crockett news because y'all know I love her on my channel. So let's get into her. Let's go.
I don't understand why and where my colleagues are going on everything else. And now they want to be the protectors of girls and women. I didn't hear them screaming this when Renee Good was killed in the middle of the street in Minneapolis. I didn't hear any protection for Renee Good, a U.S. citizen that was killed by the same people that the vast majority of you just voted to give more money to. I didn't hear the same thing. In fact, it was a lot of crickets, specifically including the women, as we were just lectured about what we need to do as women when it came down to the Epstein files. I heard crickets. In fact, we could not get any signatures onto that discharge petition to the extent that we shut down the entire House, and there was no business that was conducted in this entire country on behalf of our constituents. But let me be clear, the Republicans are going to protect girls and women, because that's what this is all about. It's not about the report, because the amendment says it's about a report. Like, miss me on being protectors. Just say that this is what you believe, this is what you're doing. But don't come at us and tell us as women what we should be okay with, what we shouldn't be okay with, because it's just kind of like the same thing where I should be telling a lot of women on the other side of the aisle, I don't know how it is that you are not protecting women as they need protections over their own bodies to make their own decisions. The gentleman. I don't understand why and where my...
I just have a problem with men in politics feeling like they have the reason or right to tell a woman what to do with their bodies. I have a problem with that. Why is that thrown into politics? Why is that thrown into some type of rule or regulation, even that a woman can't do what she chooses to do with her body? If she gets pregnant, if she chooses not to have said child for whatever reason, then she's prohibited from getting rid of that baby. Because of a new law that was put into place by a man who don't know anything about a woman's body or how it operates, right? I just have a problem with that. So shout out to Jasmine Crockett for speaking up about that. We have a lot of this going on now. I feel like politics should cover politics only when it comes to medical things, when it comes to things as related to women and our bodies and what we have to deal with. If a woman gets R-worded, I said this before, if a woman gets graped, we'll call it that because that's the new YouTube term. If a woman is graped by someone, I don't feel like that woman should be made to keep that baby because of a law or regulation that's been put into place saying that she can't get rid of said child. I don't want to look at a child that was conceived by someone taking advantage of me or graping me. That's a horrific moment. Every time I look at that child, that's a reminder of what I went through in that moment. Okay, some people can get over, some people cannot. I personally, in that situation, I would definitely co-sign a woman having an AB if that's what she chooses to do in that situation. If a woman is carrying a child that she's told by her doctor that this child is going to be born with several disabilities or several medical conditions, if she chooses to end said pregnancy to prevent a child from being born to have to deal with something for the rest of their life, I feel like that's a great reason for a woman to decide to do something in terms of not bringing a child into this world. There are many reasons why people have ABs, or if a woman just decides she doesn't want to have another child. That should be our right as women to do so. So for Congress to step up and tell a woman what we should do or not do with our bodies, I think that's beyond, because there's so many things that can be addressed. I feel we're talking about or even thinking about making a regulation or rule about a woman's body or what she can do or how she can move in terms of making decisions on her body. I don't feel like that should ever be in question in terms of a law put into place where a person can go to jail for making a sound decision about their bodies. I just don't like that. But shout out to Jasmine Crockett on that. She also had something to say about Nicki Minaj. Let's get into that as well. Because she don't fool. She said, I don't fool with her. She ain't one of us no more. I used to like her. She don't went straight MAGA. No, thank you. So shout out to TMZ TV, where Jasmine Crockett, TMZ wrote up on her, and a representative that said Representative Jasmine Crockett says that she can't divorce the art from the artist, and that means that she straight up ain't listening to Nicki Minaj tunes anymore. I respect that. Me either. A lot of people feel that way. Let's get into it.
Hey, I wanted to ask about Nicki Minaj. Because she's like, very in the news these days, has like, you're doing a face right now.
We don't mess with Nicki.
You don't mess with Nicki?
No, we don't mess with Nicki.
Did you used to mess with her?
Oh, of course. I mean, you had to, but I will be clear. I have always loved Cardi more.
Okay.
And clearly my instincts were right to love on Cardi more than Nicki.
Totally. So you kind of flipped on her. What was the moment you decided that I just can't anymore?
I just don't do sellouts, especially in this moment, right? Like, things are too serious. There are too many people that are being harmed. And especially with her being an immigrant, then deciding to go and cozy up to this administration that is specifically putting targets on the backs of immigrants and anyone who stands with them, even if they're U.S. citizens, they can catch a bullet. That is wrong. And I don't even understand how you can play with it and pretend like it's anything but wrong. Why
do you think she's doing it then?
Listen, I don't know if it's because she looking for some papers for some people, or if she's looking for them other papers, because I hear that she got family members that's got a little, a few little issues, right? And so maybe she needs them other papers, because he love to hand those out, usually at a cost, right? But going after people like Don Lemon, who I love dearly, just wrong. Like, she's just on the wrong side of history. So I hope that people remember all of this when she comes back and she's broke and she's begging for money and support, because something tells me MAGA ain't gonna do it for her.
If Nicki came out with a summer jam and you couldn't not bop your head to it, do you think you'd still have to turn it off when you're in the car to come on the radio, or can you divorce those two things?
I think that there are plenty of people. I'll give you an example. R. Kelly, right? A lot of people took issue with R. Kelly. R. Kelly obviously is serving and doing his time right now. But something tells me that people are still bumping R. Kelly somewhere, somehow, right? I think that there are people that can divorce the art. For me, it is more so about your dollars. Are you going to support with your dollars certain things? Because it's the dollars that have given her a platform in the first place. Otherwise, Donald Trump wouldn't even know who she was. No one would know who she was, but for the dollars that were used to support her that allowed her to have the platform that she has. Do you want to continue to support or elevate a person's platform who's then going to turn around and do things that are demeaning to us as a society?
It's interesting to me that she's the MAGA hero right now, but she's not included in their halftime Super Bowl show. You know how they're doing a Turning Points halftime show? Kid Rock is headlining. I assumed that Nicki was going to headline, but she's not even on the bill. It's a pride. Why do you think Nicki's not on there?
She may now understand her place as it relates to MAGA, but maybe she won't. Who knows?
Hey, I wanted to ask about Nicki Minaj.
Y'all catch that, T? That means you ain't kissing enough ass. See, that's what that means. I love it. See, I can read between the lines, and I also can separate the art from the artist as well. Now, as related to, she mentioned R. Kelly. I don't listen to anything R. Kelly, and it took me watching the documentary Surviving R. Kelly to understand that his music and the lyrics that he wrote, these songs that turned out to be hits, were made from the abuse of women that went through certain things by his hands in terms of being sexually assaulted. I cannot rock with that. I don't want to hear a song. I don't give a hot damn if it was a hit. I don't care how many Grammys he won. I don't want to listen to no song where you are living vicariously through someone else's pain. I can't rock with that at all, right? I know one of the women on the Surviving R. Kelly documentary talked about the song I Believe I Could Fly with came from where she had to get an AB from him sexually assaulting her, impregnating her against her will, of course. And the song I Believe I Could Fly, she says, was written in reference to this baby that she got rid of. Now, I don't know how true that is, but when I heard it, I said, that's some sick shit, right? So a lot of the songs that he wrote were connected to a direct connection to some of the women that went through a lot of the pain and abuse that they went through while in his camp. I'm gonna call it a camp because that's exactly what it was. But yeah, I don't listen to him. I definitely ain't fooling with Nicki. I don't hear nothing she making. Nicki's had some hits, but I can't rock with that. But yeah, so hey, a lot of people say, but Kelly is the king of R&B. I don't give a hot damn. He's the king of pedo as well. So fuck that, and I can't. Okay, moving right along. Okay, it's plenty more music out here I can listen to. That's good music where I don't have to kind of question myself when I turn it on. Let's get into this. Melinda Gates reacts to reports that ex-husband Bill Gates allegedly tried to slip her medication after contracting an STD. Let me find out. Bill Gates out here on that bullshit. Let's get into it. Shout out to the Shade Room.
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, you know, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad. That's the truth, right? And it's kind of like, at least for me, I've been able to move on in life.
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection.
So in so many words, she's saying it without saying it, right? She's saying, yeah, that happened. That's why I left. Yeah, absolutely. The motherfucker tried to give me some medication, tell me it was aspirin when it was really something else, you know, to get rid of some. I was wondering why my pH balance was off and why I was damn itching. That's what his wife was trying to say indirectly, right? Not to put words in your mouth, but you didn't say it never happened. So I'm going to say that it probably did, right? Bill Gates was also listed in the Epstein files as well with his nasty ass. Usually it's those million and billionaires to be on that pedo bullshit, messing with young girls and stuff like that. Not sure why his ass was hanging out with Epstein or Weinstein, all the damn Steens, okay? But let's get into it. So Melinda Gates responds to reports from the recent Epstein files released that her ex-husband, Bill Gates, tried to secretly give her drugs to treat an unknown STD. As we previously reported, a spokesperson for Bill Gates denied the claim, calling them absolutely absurd and completely false. Although Melinda did not confirm or deny the claim, she did express her unbelievable sadness about the entire situation. Now, she does allude that there are things happen to young girls, which, you know, y'all know, if y'all know about the whole Epstein situation, he was into young girls. The girls were being trafficked and brought to his several locations where he and other high-profile celebrities were doing some very egregious things to these young girls, and they were paid for a sexual favor. So it was indirectly prostitution, if you will, because anytime you exchange sexual favors for money, that is called prostitution. So if y'all out here giving up the WAP for a little coin or two, you are prostituting. There ain't no other way to break that down, okay? I'm saying, I ain't calling about no prostitute, but if you're taking money for sexual favors, yeah, you might want to look into that. So what do you think about that? Bill Gates, can I say that I'm shocked by this? No, okay, absolutely not. And a lot more people are going to be brought to light as well. I did see that Bill and Hillary Clinton, they are going to be testifying in this whole trial situation, or this upcoming issue with the Epstein thing. Y'all know before they weren't cooperating, so they kind of pressed them on that, Bill and Hillary Clinton, and now they've decided that they're going to, and I wanted to talk about it yesterday, but I had so many damn topics, I definitely had to get up off there. But so they are cooperating, and they will be testifying in relation to the Epstein files, okay, because they were mentioned quite a few times. So let me find out Hillary a whole freak out here. I hope she won't in on that shit. But if she knew about it, child, you know, sometimes you can be guilty by association. Speaking of being guilty by association, let's get into this bullshit right here. This lady here, honey. See, sometimes you got to stay off social media when you are up to no good and you're doing things that you should not be doing. I don't know why people love to run to social media and like to flaunt certain lifestyles when you know you didn't get those legit or by being legit, rather. So this woman is called a rich imposter who was squatting and her ass got exposed. Let's get into this. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. Y'all gonna gag off this. Let's go. So it says, girl, what? A woman that flaunted her lavish lifestyle on social media is sentenced to 90 days in jail after being exposed for squatting in a $2.3 million home and driving luxury cars that she allegedly stole. What? Let's get into it.
All started around 4th of July weekend. The house that we're talking about was up for sale, and we heard there was a new buyer that was interested. Sounded like they were going to close around that period of time, and some new people moved in. We were aware that the sale had not closed, and the new occupants were unlawfully occupying the building.
I was pretty scared. I mean, all of us are in our neighborhood were, we have a lot of elderly folks who were afraid to even go to sleep at night because they were worried that someone like Tamika or Tamika herself would break in and be living in their house and refuse to leave.
That is insane, right? It's the audacity of a person to feel like they can just go and just grab their shit and just go into somebody's house, just a random house, and just continue to live there. Like, just take over somebody's house. That's got to be a mental illness, because nobody in their right mind just move into somebody's house and say, "Oh, this is nice. I'm just gonna live here. I don't know who lives here. I don't know who owns this home, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna live here, and I'm not gonna pay anything. And yeah, I'm just gonna change the locks." And that's the craziest shit ever, right? All right, so they said that everything is not what it seems on social media. One woman's life now unravels after squatting in a multi-million-dollar Maryland home for 9 months. That's a long time. Wow. It was in foreclosure. Now, according to Fox 45, Tamika Good, who poses as a financial and pro se litigation coach, was sentenced to 90 days in jail and hit with a $500 fine after a 19-year-old neighbor exposed her for squatting. See, that's why it's good to have nosy neighbors, right? My neighbors are nosy too. So investigators stated that Good showed off lavish lifestyle on a lavish lifestyle on social media platforms, wearing designer clothes, showing the home, and driving luxury cars. Now, the 19-year-old Ian Shan says that the government was failing to step in with laws leaning more in favor of squatters, and that he felt that it was his civic duty, okay, to do the right thing. Said that he rallied with his parents and neighbors to get more attention on the situation. After Good was arrested, a darker black background was exposed. It says that the squatter faces extradition for vehicle theft and in Pennsylvania, rather. She's also accused of stealing luxury cars from a dealership and has a federal case that includes charges like possession of heroin and transportation of stolen vehicles across state lines. You're looking at a lot of time here. It says that now it seems like she got off easy for squatting, but the other charges might just do her in. Absolutely, okay? Those can be felonies, sound like. What do y'all think about that, right? You got to be a crazy person to do some crazy shit like that as if you're not going to get caught, all right? Because every car has a VIN number unless they scrape them off. Because y'all know, child, when they put them in the little chop shops and they change these cars, it is kind of impossible to figure out what the original car was or who it belonged to once they change those VIN numbers on there. But it sounds like she may have been involved in some underground operations, is what it sounds like. But happy that they caught up with her. Moving right along, let's get into this person here. I will be probably giving or addressing the extended interview with this person right here, Rashana Landfair. I had a chance to get to watch it and kind of sift through the bullshit, if you will. Do I feel like this person on my screen, Rashana Landfair, the girl who was 14 years old or 13 years old when she was on the infamous P-tape with R. Kelly, do I feel like she's a total victim? In some places, yeah. And I also feel like some of the things that she was doing was knowingly being done to other women. She also helped traffic and it was abusive sexually towards other women as well. But she was groomed by R. Kelly, who is now serving a 30-something year sentence in prison, and he will not be getting out until he's like 70-something. She also mentions in the interview Sparkle coerced her into sitting on R. Kelly's lap. I told you guys yesterday, rubbing his head and asking him to be her godfather. I feel like Sparkle was jealous of her niece. Let's just go ahead and say that. Sparkle was ousted by R. Kelly for whatever reason. She also left her husband, who used to be in R. Kelly's group Public Announcement, who is now deceased. But she was sleeping with R. Kelly when R. Kelly was trying to get Sparkle out there. Y'all know she put out a few songs. You Better Be Careful and all these other songs, which turned out to be hits working under R. Kelly. But she was sleeping with R. Kelly during the time that she was married to her own husband, who R. Kelly told her husband, hey, if you want me to work with her, she's got to sleep on my couch. And upon her sleeping on my couch, they developed this relationship to where it turned sexual. R. Kelly was married to Andrea Kelly during the time. And Andrea Kelly says she didn't know that there was anything going on between Sparkle and R. Kelly. But according to Sparkle, she was at R. Kelly's house damn near every day. And Andrea Kelly would be upstairs locked in the bedroom and knocking on the door to come out so she can get food. But we'll get into all of that. I'm going to address the extended version of her interview today that she sat down with CBS News, because I want you guys to hear some of the things that she had to say also about R. Kelly. She addresses the interview that Azriel Kelly and Jocelyn, who was also in R. Kelly's camp whenever they did the interview with Gayle King. We're going to talk about that as well. But first, let's get into, because she did mention her aunt Sparkle in the version that I played for you guys yesterday. So Sparkle has responded, okay? She has responded. Just to give you guys let's go back, because I want to give you guys just an update for those of you that did not watch the video from yesterday, just so you guys will know what we're talking about. Okay.
Beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across the country. Your reaction to that when you think about hearing those words from R. Kelly, that this tape is out there and you were 14 years old?
I was empty. I was very hollow inside. I was very confused. Didn't know what to expect. And I was embarrassed.
Why not tell the truth in 2002 or 2008 when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
That's one of my biggest regrets, not telling the truth. But again, when I have been trained and groomed since I was age 13.
Say it was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex.
All right, so as you guys know, this is the girl who was on the infamous P-tape with R. Kelly. Sparkle, R&B singer Sparkle, is her aunt. She did say that Sparkle told her to sit on R. Kelly's lap, rub his head, tell him, hey, I want to be your or can you be my godfather? Okay. I feel like during the time that Sparkle was also grooming her niece to get close to R. Kelly as well, so that she could get her career, because she was a rapper back in the day. She was in a little group where her and her group toured all over the place trying to get their career up and going, and they were trying to get through R. Kelly, because during the time R. Kelly was hot. He was getting everybody on the map, writing hits for everyone. So Sparkle, I think, was trying to get her niece groomed, and also to also get special favors for herself as well for bringing her niece into the pack, because she knew that R. Kelly liked young women. I think she knew that. Sparkle, I do not feel like you are innocent as you try to portray yourself in the documentary. I saw you sat up there crying just like Andrea Kelly did with the ugly cry. But I also feel like you were just as guilty as R. Kelly in some of these things. Not saying that she was a pedo or messing with other women, but I feel like you saw some things and you turned your head for the sake of you building your career. I do feel like that. All right. But let's get into Sparkle's statement that she gave, because she's full of shit too. And I'm saying that on the record. Yes, Sparkle. Thank you for your #1 hits, but you are full of shit, sis. All right, let's get into this. This is what she had to say. I am relieved that Rashana, which is the girl I just showed you guys with the blonde braids, is finally free to speak her truth and begin her healing journey. In addition to justice, I have always wanted healing and peace for her. Really? It says that I do need to be clear about one thing. Any suggestion that I groomed, facilitated, or enabled harm to my niece is untrue and deeply painful, especially given my documented actions at the time and throughout. Why would you admit that, though? She's been trying to get her career back up and going ever since she and R. Kelly fell out, and he pretty much blackballed her from the industry, if you guys did not know. Nobody wants to work with Sparkle. She's kind of doing some things as an independent artist, but nobody gives any fucks. All right, let's see. It says, when I was informed her parents were allowing Rashana to spend unchaperoned time with R. Kelly, I immediately contacted DCSF. When the tape surfaced and the state brought charges against him in 2008, I cooperated fully and testified under oath despite immense pressure not to do so. I did this because protecting my niece from abuse was telling the truth mattered, and telling the truth mattered more to me than money and my career. Well, during the time R. Kelly was not fucking with you, so I feel like the only reason that you cooperated was because you had more vitriol towards him and you wanted to see him go down because he was fucking with your career. That's the only reason you cooperated, in my opinion. Okay. I feel like her anger was more so to the fact that she was in fear of her niece blowing up and getting preferential treatment through the industry over her, when she felt like she put in all this time and slept on couches and had to give up ass to be an R&B artist. But then your niece, who is being liked by R. Kelly, being groomed by R. Kelly, and he was keeping her very close and she was able to walk in doors you weren't able to walk in, you decided to cooperate and turn in a tape because you were mad that your career was going nowhere. You selfish ass bitch. But anyway, this is the beginning of Rashana's lengthy deprogramming journey. It is true that she is a survivor of years of abuse, still learning to process what happened to her and who is responsible. It is also true and well documented that I took up for her to try and stop the damage being done to her and countless others. So how are you protecting someone when you also tell your niece to sit on his lap, rub his head at 13 years old to ask him to be her godfather? Several times, and you said it on the documentary as well, Sparkle, when you went to the studio during the time that this young girl was still a young girl, that you would see her in the studio and you would ask, why is she here? What is she doing here at 13? Why is her family dropping her off here? Why is a 13-year-old in a studio alone with a grown-ass man sitting on his lap? You didn't go talk to DCSF then. You waited until that tape came out because you knew he was sleeping with your niece while he was also sleeping with you. So it was giving bitter girlfriend vibes. That's what it gave, right? I feel like that's why she only turned the tape in, because you got a front row seat into the same things and the same actions, and the way he touched your niece, he was also touching you in that way, and you couldn't take that. So you tried to become this concerned auntie, and you took your ass down there and took that tape to say, I'm going to take him down because he ain't fucking with me no more. He won't put my music out no more, but he's giving my niece this attention and he's pushing her music and he has her on tour and he's sleeping with her. So it gave bitter girlfriend vibes. That's just how I feel. She goes on to say that I wish her continued healing and peace as she continues to not only find her voice, but hopefully require accountability from those closest to her. Also, Sparkle, why didn't you testify in the first case that R. Kelly had where he got off? You could have been a very prominent witness in that case when your niece chose not to respond and or testify in that case. You saw things that you knew were inappropriate, but you chose to sit your ass back and not say anything either, Miss Concerned Aunt. So miss me with this. I've been done with Sparkle. When I saw the documentary, I said, this bitch here, and I'm sorry, I don't like to call women bitches unless it fit them. In this situation, it absolutely does, because I feel like you had ulterior motives in this situation, and you were bitter because your career did not take off like you wanted it to with R. Kelly, because you did all the things that most girls that go into the studio and want a career do. She did have talent. I can't take that from her. Sparkle did have talent, but you also had a certain hunger, which a lot of artists do. A lot of female artists, they go into these studios, they get with these producers, and they have to do things that they don't want to do to become famous. Okay? Yeah. They do things that they don't want to do to become famous. And I feel like you did the same thing, Sparkle, but you saw your niece getting a little bit further than you in this music thing, and you were bitter. And I feel like that's why you chose to sit on your hands and watch her be abused by R. Kelly, just like you were being abused as well. But you were grown. It was a decision for you to sleep with him, but she's a 13-year-old girl. She should not have been urinated on. She should not have all the other things that she was doing in the video, which I can't even mention here because it was very egregious, right? But you saw these things. You saw the video, and don't say that you felt sick to your stomach. I was sick to my stomach when I saw the video. No, the fuck you weren't. You initiated this. You introduced your niece to R. Kelly. So get the fuck out of here. You knew who he was and what he was about. You knew, because you saw how he was operating with Aaliyah, right? You sang background for Aaliyah on her first album. So miss me with this bullshit about that. And then you introduce your niece to him when you knew Aaliyah was a whole child, right? Aaliyah was a child when she met R. Kelly. And Sparkle sang background on the majority. That fun fact, okay, because y'all know I know what I'm talking about. Fun fact, Sparkle, you sang background on the majority of Aaliyah's album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. She was a child. You said yourself that you saw Aaliyah sitting on R. Kelly's lap, hugged up with him, right? Is that appropriate behavior for a young girl? But you didn't say anything because you were getting a check and you were getting opportunity. Singing background, you get paid for that. Aaliyah's album went far. That first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, you kept your mouth shut just like you did with your niece. So yeah, miss me with that. Yeah, we're not going to play that game. All right, what do you guys think about that? Let me know what you guys think about that. We're going to revisit that hopefully today. We'll get a little more deeper into that, because I kind of did my homework on that, and I'm sorry, Sparkle, I'm gonna have to drag your ass when I do that interview, because you full of shit, right? You are. Azriel Clary, even though you girls were victims, you also became adults, and y'all sat back and you knew the abuse that was going on in that situation, and y'all sat in those interviews and allowed yourself to be bamboozled by a nigga who should have been locked up. Y'all protected an abuser. But then again, Stockholm Syndrome, we know about that as well. But let's get into this next topic, because I can keep going. Oh, stuff like that makes me so mad when people play victim when they are part of the problem, Lord. Let's continue. We ain't gonna let Sparkle get off like that though, baby. I don't care how good you sing. I'm gonna tear off in your ass in that interview. Yes, ma'am. All right, but let's get into this. Shout out to J Views Daily. Oh, I'm gonna get her ass. I'm gonna get her ass. Sure am. So Clarissa Shields says repost her content with lazy or misleading captions and you're getting blocked. Do we care about getting blocked, Clarissa? The way social media works now, when you block a person, most times they really care about what you're doing. They're going to make another page just so they can watch you. It's called a troll page. I don't think she understands that, because y'all know she is a little slow. I think she was born with a helmet on. That's what it gives. But let's get into her, because she seems to still be worrying about people who are in the comments who are not celebrities, because she is. She seems to always worry about what other people have to say versus living her life. Like, seriously, you do have a fight coming up here soon. What is it, February 22nd? I think you should be focused on that, right? But let's get into it.
I've never seen so many folks trying to figure out why people are together. First it was, I was too good for him. Then it was, oh, he's too good for me. Then it was, oh, I'm too young for him. Then it was, he's too old for me. It's like,
he is too married for you, if that helps.
It's ongoing every day. And the thing is, it's not even your relationship to even be worried about, to be talking about. And we just be so happy and so laughing. And then here y'all come. So
You so happy and so laughing? What is that? So laughing?
I'm gonna finish the video by saying I'm about to get the settings right to where if you screen recording my stuff and you posting it on Facebook with bad captions and you posting it on Twitter or Instagram with bad captions, I got you. I'm gonna block you on here. Because at the end of the day, I don't like that I don't like the negativity. I never seen so many folks trying to figure out why people are together. First, it was I was too good for him.
Why watch it though? Again, you are in a relationship. This girl spends so much time on the internet worrying about what other people say about her or think about her. Who cares? Enjoy your relationship, even though you know you are with a married man, a fully married man who refuses to divorce his wife so he can be with you fully, right? You can't do shit but go out. You can't go get married. Try it, and you'll ask to be in jail. But but on a serious note, I think that she really needs to, and I say this every time I talk about her, it would be so refreshing if she just focuses on her life, her happiness. I feel like she has a little bit of insecureness about her, to where she definitely needs to check that, because she's not an ugly girl. She just, I think that she talks too much, and I think that she worries too much about what others think about her. You shouldn't. You got to get to a point where you don't give a fuck, right? You do. I had to do that too. Coming into being a content creator, people are going to have negative things to say about you. You got to get to a point where you don't care and just be who you are and be your authentic self. And people are going to like you. Some people that don't. The ones that don't, fuck them. The ones that do, hey, okay, that's how I feel. I'm to that point now, and you got to get there. It takes time. It takes time where you just get to the point where you just do not care anymore. I want her to get there. Focus on your career. You have a lot of great things going for you. Your career's taking off. You got another fight coming. Hopefully you win. I hope, because the girl that you fighting, she got hands too. But at the end of the day, if you and Papoose are going to be together, I think you should focus on that and see where it goes. But at the end of the day, this is stupid, right? Grow up, girl. Thank you. Moving on. So we got a good read. Kaya is out here, honey, reading down. So we got to look at it, because y'all know I love a good read down. Let's get into it, child. She's over here with her gavel, and she's reading Nicki Minaj and her husband. So she's snapping off. Shout out to All About the Tea. Let's get into it, honey. Y'all ready for a good laugh? Let's go. So Kaya had Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty, which is her husband, on her docket today, honey, and she is going off on their ass. Let's go.
I guess you had to pretend to be Donald Dump's friend so he wouldn't send your immigrant ass back over there to Trinidad, because you know you ain't no U.S. citizen. Anyway, we the people want Kenneth Petty pussy snatching ass on the docket. No, I said not now. You know what, Gag Nation, for not telling Gag, what we the people want your husband on the docket, Nick Van Dyke, for not telling you to sit the fuck down, Gag Gorda, and for failing as a man and as a husband. I'm a group of the people on that because you is out of order. This is the case of, if you don't get your crazy deranged ass wife, Kenneth Petty, Kenneth snatch bitches by the pussy Petty, you better. Let's talk about the order. We the people versus Kenneth Petty. Kenneth, grope a hoe, use a hoe, because you ain't got shit but convictions. Petty, your broke pussy grabbing, no money having ass is being charged with habitual drugging of a delusional fat non-rapping ass bitch who hates herself and all the choices she's made in her fucking life, leaving an endangered toddler at home with a drunk, drugged up, hungover, non-rapping ass mega slut, aka your wife, who stays on the couch yelling at herself and at her phone all day and all night on Twitter while maxing out her Amex card in Queens with Bachi be her friends and the niggas on the block, buying them chains and things, okay, and not telling your wife to go sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Moving into a bitch house, increasing her dependency on you through drug use, while causing her to lose her house over judgment. You call for punching a saltine cracker overseas. You ain't learned to stay your ass over there from over there too, while pretending to be her fucking security because you don't have a real fucking job. While she's busy being a keyboard Karen with mental health issues and a fucking drug addict that needs to put the coquiana down. A Gag Gorda that stays running out of her nose. Not taking the phone out of her oh never, oh nigga, oh hell no's hand. and disabling all her social media accounts until she gets the help that she needs, and having an old immigrant whore claim she is now mega just to get your predatory ass a pardon off the sex offenders list. And we the people say a real nigga ain't gonna have you going out this bad and so sad, gag, like this every day without an intervention. That man don't love you. He don't give a fuck about you. He hope that you die so he can take all of your money that you got left. Evidently, it's not a lot because you can't even save your house. Always tweeting for 40 days and 40 nights. You know what? Doja Cat got it right about you when she was in Bangkok. They sent a video in where she had all kind of powder going up her nose. I don't know if she was just being herself or gagging you, but it looked like she was gagging you Johnson & Johnson baby powder head bitch. Oh, I don't have nothing to say about this bitch. Your husband ain't shit because he need to get some control of you, okay? But he ready for you to clock up out of here so he can take the little bit of money you got left, I guess. You know what, girl? The little bit of fans that you had, they're gone, okay? Since you want to act like you mega, okay? I guess you had to pretend to be Donald Dump's friend so he wouldn't send your immigrant ass back over there to Trinidad because you know you ain't no U.S. citizen. Anyway, what do you
think about that? Kaya, child, y'all know Kaya, that's what she does. That's her new thing now, child. She get over there and she get to reading people down. She's doing pretty good with her videos, so she's getting a lot of traffic over there. So shout out to Kaya for that. Yeah, Nikki, you deserve that one. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. And almost everything she said in there was definitely correct. So shout out to Kaya for going off, child. That was funny. All right, let's move along and get into y'all favorite pastor, not mine, Jamal Bryant, honey. He is screaming out loud about the white pastor or minister who came into his church and was calling him out. He's calling for him to be arrested, as I told you guys yesterday or day before, that Jamal is calling for the white minister, we'll call him that. I don't know if he's a pastor, coming to his sanctuary over there at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church to tell Jamal that he needs to fall on his knees and get saved and all of that good stuff, okay? That he needs to preach the good word of the Lord to his people and stop running around here, and he needs to turn from his wicked ways. So he's pretty much telling him, you need to get saved out here and stop your shit. You got too many kids out here in these streets as an unmarried man, okay? That's in the Bible. So he was telling him right, but of course, anybody try to tell Jamal anything right, he always want to take that shit to the left. Now, he's also piggybacking off the situation where the whole protest was going on, where Don Lemon went into the church over there and was saying, well, Don Lemon is getting arrested for going into a church and trying to, they said that he was protesting, which I don't think he was. But now he's saying that the same should be done for this white person who came into his church. So he's asking that this man be arrested because he says the man was giving hate speech. I don't think he was giving hate speech by telling you that you need to turn from your wicked ways. Do I feel like he probably went a little too far? Maybe he was out of line or out of order. Let's say that, because in church, there's a certain order that is expected. Was he out of order for screaming and hollering in the vestibule of the church? Probably. Okay. Maybe his delivery was not 100%, but do I feel like he was giving hate speech? I do not. He was definitely talking about the Bible. He was, he was preaching pretty much in the foyer of the church. But let's get into what Jamal had to say, and then we're going to break it down.
This white evangelical nationalist pastor had the audacity, he and his wife, to get out of his car, as you just saw, and for propaganda and disturbance, filmed themselves coming into our church, using hate speech, condemning us with wrath, judgment, and correction completely out of order. And since you are against places of worship being disturbed, and this gentleman attempted to do it at a black church, I want to know, when is the arrest warrant? I don't know his name, but that picture should be clear enough for you to be able to track it down with the full spans of the FBI. Why didn't we have this same kind of calculated rage, outrage, and disturbance? This white evangelical nationalist pastor.
I thought you was about to say this white evangelical, or however you said it, nigga. I thought you were going to say nigga the way he leaned in on that N word. Oh my God. All right, so it says Jamal Bryant says enough with the selective outrage. If it's wrong to disrupt a white church, then have that same energy in protecting black ones. Says to go to the Jamal Bryant podcast on YouTube, where I'm hopeful the Attorney General will keep that same energy, since you claim there's no such thing as a black church. Protect Oh, there's no such thing as a black church. Protect all the churches. Oh, okay. So this is the guy in question here, okay? So you guys let me know, do you feel that what he was doing was inappropriate? I feel like he was out of order. I will say that. The message that he was giving was a positive message, but I feel like he was out of order because it was during the time of service, right? So let's get into it.
Jesus Christ is going to destroy this church. He's going to destroy this church. And if you're in it when he does, he'll destroy you with it. It's time to repent of your wicked ways. Grace baiting, stirring hatred among the children of God, people that would come to Christ and won't because you make his name a laughing stock of you blaspheme the name of Jesus Christ with your harlotry, with your whorishness, your wickedness, your filthiness. Your prayers don't even reach the ceiling. You pray to demons. It's time to get right with God. The God of the Bible is going to destroy you unless you repent. The Lord Jesus Christ.
All right, so put a 1 in the chat. Let's take a poll, because I want to see what you guys think. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that this man was definitely, I guess, out of order, that he was sending out negative message, that he was harassing and or should be arrested for this particular act that you guys just witnessed in this video. Put a 1 if you feel that he should be arrested for what you guys just witnessed in this video. Put a 2 if you feel that he was just bringing a good word, that he should not be arrested. All right, put a 1 if you feel he should be arrested for what you guys just witnessed. Put a 2 if you feel he should not. Let's get a poll right quick and see. All right, let me scroll back up and read. Shout out to It's On Site for this. They said that Jamal Brown is calling for the arrest of 2 white protesters who interrupted a worship service at a black church with a hate speech, arguing that similar disruptions at white churches are met with swift condemnation and protection. So the Bryant says, if all churches are to be treated the same, then black churches deserve the same level of protection and accountability when services are disrupted. I see a lot of 1s. Okay, y'all know we are fair over here. Okay, and I want you guys to vote truthfully how you guys feel. Nobody's gonna be attacked. Even if you put 2, no one's gonna be attacked even if there's a majority as 1. I always want you guys to speak freely and how you guys feel. I mean, and also comment too. Feel free to comment on what you guys feel. Okay, we'll just look at some comments and we'll address and talk about some things. Let's see. Said Gino would have had the brothers take him out. I know, right? Pastor Gino wouldn't have put up with that mess. All right. I didn't need that. Let's see. All right, let me get back to my main screen so I can see the. All right, so let's see. Miss Ami says that at least stand outside. Why attack people as they go into God? Say ungodly, but that's how pastors act. God's on earth. Okay. Miss Sylvia Blow says that mercy, what in the world is going on? Right. So I see ones where you said this man should be arrested. Given the fact that they did arrest Don Lemon, which he shouldn't have been arrested. I don't see what he did that was wrong. Let's continue. Valerie Rayleigh says that Jamal has a point because both churches had people enter a church without permission. I feel you on that. All right. FM Payton says that it is a good day, everyone, for the bowling high. Oh, okay, so you're here. Thanks for being here, love. Okay. Adrian Wiley says that Gino would have had the brothers take him out. We just read. I know you see another one. Sunshine Ray says that he was out of order, but not hate speech. There. Okay, I agree with you. He was not doing hate speech, but he was definitely out of order. There's a certain order in church, okay? For a person to get out and start yelling out, get up and start yelling out in church during service, yeah, that was definitely out of order, okay? Let's see. Tiffany Thomas said that, yeah, I do, especially during these times. Not sure what his true motives were. Okay. Ms. Ami says, fair question. Both cases made me scared because we see unalivings in religious places. Yes. So at TMC, this felt like terrorism to me. Almost. Okay. It probably was kind of scary to a lot of people who were there and going into the sanctuary, because you do know, child, when you see these right here, child, coming up in there. Let's not forget about Dylan Roof, the young white man, the young white guy who went into the church in South Carolina and just started letting off on people who were praying and worshiping in church. So you do have to. That's why I pray with my eyes open, honey, when I go to church. When they say bow your head and close your eyes, the devil is a lie. My head might be bowed, baby, when I'm like this. Because I don't know who's gonna be trying to run up, child. I don't you laying no hands upon me. No, you won't. And if somebody want to come up in there on that Rambo shit, baby, I'm gonna be aware. Because I'm gonna be the first one to be getting up out of there, right? It said Jamal is co-opting the Don Lemon situation, and it's disgusting. Said that this is why Jamal does need to be checked. Said that he thinks that he's bigger than the program. Okay, I get with that too. I'm just gonna read comments because y'all already know how I feel about him, and I want to be fair in this situation. They said, "Where was security?" That security did come later on and usher this young man out of there, and he did leave peacefully, as I showed you guys before when I initially showed the video. He did leave peacefully. He didn't fight them. He talked his shit all the way to the car. Okay, he sure did. She also says that I think Jamal should be okay, so that's the same comment. Let's get one more and then we're gonna move on. Said I absolutely love it and wish that she did it weekly. Oh, you're talking about Kaya. Said it would be more organic if she pops out because it's needed like a superhero. We'll take that. All right, what do y'all think though? Thank you guys. I see it too. All right, Overcomer I am. Thank you so much for your vote as well. She says she does not feel that he should. Right, the terror attack in Charleston. Y'all remember that? Okay, that was Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof was a psycho. Okay, he just went up in there while people were praying and doing what they do when you go to church, child. He went up in there and just started letting off on people. No one should have to go through that. Church is a place, a sacred place where you should go to be able to worship, lay your burdens down at the altar, get prayer, whatever the case may be. Go and enjoy a nice sermon, hear nice songs, you know, just a whole religious experience. The last thing you would think of going into a church is that someone will come in on some terroristic bullshit to where you got to take cover or drop to the floor, or I've seen videos where people we've covered it here as well, where members of churches have had to run out of side doors because people just come up in there and decide they want to just start shooting today. Like, what the hell? We're living in perilous times, though. You do have to be aware. Watch as well as pray, honey. That's what the good book said, right? Watch as well as pray. You got to do that, honey. So don't just be up in there with your eyes closed and unwoke, baby. Stay woke. I said, real, you make my day. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, okay? But y'all let me know what you think. Jamal definitely says he wants this pastor or person arrested because he feels that this person definitely came up in there on the bull-ish. So we'll see what happens. He has now put that declaration out there for this person to be arrested. We'll see. Now, someone who was arrested has found himself in more trouble. Let's get into it while we're speaking of arrest. Let's do that. All right, so Baltimore judge issues arrest warrant for Gervonta Davis. You guys know he's a boxer who's now lost his titles because of this most recent domestic assault, as we call it, after he violated his probation regarding a 2020 hit and run incident. So not only is he in trouble for the domestic assault situation, which is why he lost his domestic violence incident, rather. He's also violated his probation in a recent hit and run that happened in 2020. Let's get into that. As you guys can see, Gervonta Davis reportedly involved in a hit and run accident in Baltimore where he hit somebody and kept going. That's against the law. Says more legal troubles are stacking up for Gervonta Davis, this time in his hometown of Baltimore. Nearly a week after his arrest in Miami over domestic violence allegations, according to TMZ. Shout out to them. And shout out to the Shade Room. The boxer out of reports that a separate arrest warrant has now been issued for the boxer out of Maryland. Court records show the judge Althea Handy issued the warrant on Monday, which was yesterday, claiming that Davis violated his probation tied to his 2020 hit and run case that left 4 people injured, including a pregnant woman. That's unfortunate. Now, reports state that the boxer was previously sentenced to 90 days on house arrest, 3 years of probation, and 200 hours of community service, but was later sent to jail after violating terms of his home confinement. So you couldn't even do that right. He should have been in jail. See, when they give certain people preferential treatment versus locking them up where they need to be, I feel like the situation where the domestic assault wouldn't have happened because he would have been locked up, right? But when you give people grace, sometimes you can't give people grace. Everybody don't deserve grace, and he's one of those people, obviously. Davis's attorney, Hunter Pruitt, is now asking the judge to recall the warrant and issue a summons instead. It says that the court documents obtained by the Baltimore Banner, Pruitt stated that Davis has appeared as required, posted bond, complied with the conditions, stayed in Florida, and notified supervision of his Miami arrest, adding that detaining him in Maryland would make it harder for him to defend the Florida case and attend court. No, he can do it via Zoom. Technology, honey, technology. He can do it via Zoom, just like he went to court for the DV situation here. He was there via Zoom. So yeah, he can absolutely be in Florida. and answer to the charges in Baltimore as well via Zoom. So we ain't about to do that. Y'all just don't want him locked up. But he definitely needs to be locked up. He needs a rude awakening because he cannot keep his hands to himself. Let's move along into this Ray J situation. R&B singer Sammy, you guys remember Sammy? Okay. He is calling out Ray J for lying to fans and playing with his health. Y'all remember Ray J was saying he only had a few days or a few weeks to live according to his doctor because of some medical conditions that he says that he has. Sammy is calling cap on that. I feel like Ray J may have used that to his advantage in order to get the charges or the condition of his charges rather kind of lifted a little bit so that his wife Princess could go down to the courts and take some of those ramifications off of him so he could be around his kids and be around Princess again, because he was saying, oh, I miss my kids, I can't be around them. But y'all know he had a recent pow incident back in November where he pulled a pow on Princess Love while she was there with the kids while they were trying to have Thanksgiving. You guys saw that. I shared it here, but let's get into what Sammy had to say about Ray J.
All right, Papa Smurf, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. My dad was on dialysis, had a kidney transplant some years ago. It lasted him for 18 years. Then COVID hit, shut down that kidney, and then he's been back on it since. He had prostate cancer. He had high blood pressure, high potassium, congestive heart failure. I'm only saying this because this shit is real, bro. You know what I'm saying? I touched death, bro, a month ago. I'm happy he's at rest. I'm at peace that he's not at. I took him to all his doctor's appointments for the last 4 months of his life. Like, it's some real shit going on. I'm gonna say it. Ray J, stop fucking around, boy. We all, we drink, we smoke, we cope, we're miserable, we're happy. All right, Papa Smurf. We're happy, we're sad, we're not sad, we lose our kids, we go to jail, my boy, we're all gonna go. And we don't have to speed up the process, boy. I just said to you, I will not drink, I will not smoke with you. Like, let's figure it out. Burying my father a couple weeks ago, we're not exempt. And we probably lived, my dad never smoked, never drank, never did nothing bad. It was stress, it was bad dieting. So, you know, I'm a little pissed off right the fuck now. And maybe I shouldn't post this, but Ray J, stop fucking playing with me, boy, because I can't take no more L's. That's it. Love you. Happy, we're sad.
Okay, so he's calling Ray J out. So R&B singer, king of R&B. When did he become that? King of R&B child, that's what they call him. Sammy calls out Ray J, who recently came out and said the doctors told him that he only have a few months to live. Fans are speculating that Ray J is putting 20 on 10. I feel like that now. Okay, I felt bad for him in the beginning when I heard about it, but now I feel like he was kind of lying a little bit. And Sammy tells Ray J to stop playing around and be serious for once. Fans also noticed that Ray J was absent from his sister's Grammy ceremony. Y'all, I'm sorry, my nasal spray is dripping. But what do y'all think about that? I do feel that Ray J was kind of lying. Now, in terms of Princess going down and taking or lifting the restraining order from Ray J, it would have had to be conditional. And especially because of why the restraining order, because it takes a lot to get a restraining order approved, right? So the fact that you were able to get a restraining order against this person who obviously is doing drugs and other things, allegedly, and he has some serious issues. I would have told the judge, if he wants this to be lifted, I get it, you going through some alleged medical stuff where you said you got a few weeks to live, great. But those weeks, okay, because you can go other places. You can get on a plane and go other places. You popping up everywhere else. I need you to pop up at some counseling sessions. I would have asked the judge to make him go to a certain amount of counseling sessions and prove himself that he is trying to improve his behavior and become a better person in order to be around my children. With you pulling pows and weapons on me in front of mine. Like, I'm not going to just go down here and drop no damn restraining order because you get on the internet every day talking about you about to die in a couple of weeks. Like, we're not going to do that. Now, I do have sympathy for anyone that's going through any type of medical condition. But if you want me to drop a restraining order, if you are my significant other, husband, whatever, we share kids, you're going to have to show me that you are making some type of improvements in your life before I go down there and tell the judge to just take you off. Like, why? Why? You're not exhibiting any type of or showing any type of improvement in your behavior. You're just showing, you're asking for sympathy. And I kind of felt bad that Princess went down there and did it. And then from me further reading into it, Ray J's mom also went down and testified as well, asking the judge to please lift that from Ray J. Now, I feel like Ray J has a lot of yes men around him, including his mom. I feel like she coddles him too much. And nothing against you, Sonya Norwood. If you watch this video, I get it, that's your son, but you also have to realize your grandchildren deserve better out of their father. At no point in time should he be pulling out a weapon in front of them. If that weapon would have gone off while he was around Princess, who was holding his daughter, and it would have grazed or would have pow-powed his daughter by mistake, then what? That's how you got to look at situations like that. Fuck all that, oh, in a couple of weeks, the doctors told me this. Okay, great. Great for you. All right. Prayers up. That's what I would say. Prayers up for you, baby. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that this person has a problem. And it becomes a bigger problem when drugs are added to said problem, because a person is not in their right mind when you add drugs to certain violent behaviors. Ray J is out of fucking control. Okay? I know his parents are sitting back watching all of these different videos and things that he do. He stay online doing the fucking most. And it pains me to see people going up for stuff like that and allowing Ray J to play in their face and bamboozle them into taking their ass, putting your good gas in your car and driving your ass to a courthouse and asking a judge to drop something that you felt was important at the time to ask for to protect you and your children from a person you deemed dangerous at the time. That's dangerous. Because he vocalized on a video on a live that he would pow you and you were holding your child. We see this type of stuff happening all the time where women are in DV situations and their children get caught in the crossfires because of a dangerous motherfucker that they chose to love who tell them one thing and do another. Again, restraining orders are put into place for a reason. Now, this just happened, November? We're just barely in February. Like, who changed that fast? I'm sorry. Who changed that fast? What counseling sessions has he gone to? What has he done to show you that he's doing something different to where you, oh yeah, let me go down and take this off here. Girl, no. You now just put your children back into a dangerous spot because he misses kids. He's supposed to miss his children. That's supposed to make him go and be a better person. That's what that was for. When the judge told him you cannot see your children for whatever amount of days and you go down there and take it off, for what? I said the same thing about Keke Palmer when that situation happened with her baby daddy. Women, stop doing that. Stop allowing these men to manipulate you into taking away your peace and protection when you have these ramifications put in place by a court system. That's what it's for. Keke Palmer's baby daddy tried to hit her with a car, took her cell phone when she tried to call for help, 911. And you go and take a restraining order off him? Why? Because y'all share a child. What's to say that you don't do it do worse next time or take my life? Like, this man body slammed you on some stairs, and you wobbled your ass down to a court and told him, and had a pow as well. Let's not forget that. Broke into your home. You didn't even know he was in there. And proceeded to, well, y'all know, y'all saw the pictures. Y'all saw the still pictures. There was videos and all of that this girl presented to the courts. And you took your ass down there and took a restraining order off. Fuck out of here. No, ma'am. Women don't do that. Sometimes love will make you do some crazy things. And I think Ray J, and she used her kids to say, oh, mommy, we miss daddy. Okay, you're going to miss daddy a little bit. There's FaceTime. You can still see daddy. Daddy just can't be around you. FaceTime him. Let him talk to his kids. He can see his kids. He just don't need to be around them until he becomes a better person. You can't drink and have shit all up in your nose on mushrooms and acting erratic and crazy. I don't know what you're going to do from one minute to the next. So to bring my children around you? No. You can FaceTime them. Anytime you want to talk to your kids or see them, I would have told them that. You can always FaceTime and see your kids. You just can't come to my house and they cannot come to yours, right? We got to be protectors, parents. We have to be protectors. And women, protect yourselves from people like that. Ray J is a dangerous person. All right. I mean, this nigga, they said that he had something to do with Whitney Houston. I still ain't forgave him for the Whitney Houston situation, right? I still ain't forgave him for that. All right. But let's move on. All right. Y'all get the gist of it, y'all. I still ain't forgave you for that, Ray J. I still have. All right. I almost said something too. Let me move on, child. Oh, Lord, thank you for zipping up my lip, baby, because that's something almost flew out. All right, so shout out to, what is this, ex-meat tops or whatever. Future child. Now, I told y'all yesterday that Jay-Z done got the hell out of Dodge on his private plane, honey, after these Epstein files dropped and his name been mentioned in there, hanging with Weinstein and then the other damn Steens, okay? Epstein and Weinstein and the other damn Steens. Well, now that he's out of the country, hiding out, they say, allegedly, why is Future trying to shoot his shot at Beyonce? I said, damn, did Jay-Z touch down yet wherever he is? Before Future, 29 baby having asses with 37 baby mamas. Is that possible? Anyway, he's out here shooting his shot to Beyonce, child. Now, Future, child, checking Beyonce's relationship status in a since now deleted comment. So he put the shit up there and took it down. First of all, Beyonce ain't checking for you on any day. I don't give a hot damn, okay? She already got a camel. She don't need a horse, okay? Your horse face that. But anyway, so Future says if Hove is gone, what that mean for you? So he sent a message to Beyonce asking her like, hey, since Hove is gone, do I have a chance? Nigga, no. Beyonce don't want no nigga with all them kids. All right, you can take care of your kids. She don't need that. So it said that Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Pusha T are mentioned in the latest Epstein files release. I already showed you guys. We talked about it. We read about it. All of that. That could never be good. This person here in the middle, anybody that's attached to him, doing any type of business with him, it's got to be on the down and the down, right? It's got to be on some bullshit because Weinstein, he's already been talked about for intellectually assaulting multiple women and doing some very egregious, nasty things to girls as well. So for Jay-Z, for you to be around that, we already know you allegedly like young girls. They were talking about Foxy Brown when she was coming up in the industry. She was a teenager when it was said that some things happened with her, allegedly, okay? It sounds like some trafficking shit was going on, and if your name is attached to that, according to what's the child name? Miss Bella, the lady to be reading the things about that we talked about, Sloan Bella, honey. She said that your ass is up next, Jay-Z. That's all I know. So that's why I think he got the hell out of Dodge, because I think he knows with R. Kelly's ass locked up, and now that Diddy's locked up, he's seeing all these high prominent figures that got the same titles that he has. He knows his ass is coming up next. I feel like he knows that he may be or may have been involved in some things, and he don't want his ass to be locked up as well, right? They lock camels up too. Well, camels get locked up too. Yeah, they do. So we're gonna see what happens with that. But yeah, as far as Future, rapper Future, nigga, sit down. Ain't nobody trying to holler at you. Okay. No, and no. All right, let's move along because we're getting close to the end, child, because I got to get up out of here. Let's get into this next topic where Stephon Diggs, he was asked, when is he going to put a ring on it with Cardi B? So Stephon Diggs says that proposing to Cardi B is on the agenda. Oh, let me find out. Now, I told y'all yesterday that Cardi B kind of gave him some boundaries as far as if he pops out with another child after he already had 4 children pop up in 2025, that she is walking away from him forever. Now they have come out to be exclusive in their relationship. She is said to be his only girl now. We'll see, child, because y'all know it take 9 months to bake a baby. So in a few months here, we're going to see if another baby pop out. Look at me in the comments being messy. I said, somebody please go do a wellness check on Offset. Please, God, somebody go check on Offset. So Stephon Diggs says that proposing to Cardi B is on the agenda after the Super Bowl, perhaps. I hope they don't run and get married right now. But of course, you know, if he proposed to her, she's still not fully divorced from Offset. That's going to really make him not want to sign them damn papers now. I wouldn't say shit in the media about my relationship with Stephon Diggs because Offset he's sitting back watching all of this and he's waiting to always try to derail her plans. He hates the fact that she's moved on and that she's happy. He hates because he already said once he sees Stephon Diggs, he's going to pow him in the knees to end his career. Like, what person says that? That's crazy, right? But let's get into Stephon Diggs. He seems to love Cardi a lot, okay? But let's get into it, y'all.
Ring? Is Cardi getting her ring?
It's on the agenda, maybe, right? Right?
I gotta get mine first though.
Ring? Is Cardi getting her ring?
It's on the agenda, maybe, right? Right? I gotta get mine first though.
All right, so when he said he got to get his first, you guys know he's going to the Super Bowl, right? He's with the Patriots. The Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl this year. The Super Bowl is going to be in Atlanta, so I know it's going to be a lot of parties, a lot of traffic. I'm gonna be outside a little bit, so let's get into so he's saying he's opening up and saying, hey, he may propose to her. She may get a ring too. So we don't know. We'll see. So during the Super Bowl opening night press conference, that Stephon Diggs was asked if Cardi B is going to get her a ring after he gets his ring. An example, if he's planning to propose if they win the game on Sunday. He says it's on the agenda, maybe, and then he grins about it. So he seems to like her very much. I hear that she is spending $2.1 million to give him like a celebratory party or something like that, like by private plane and some other things that Cardi is setting up for him. I read that this morning. She's spending a lot of money on him now. Offset asked her to pay $2 million or something to help him get his taxes. She was like, "Fuck out of here." But for Stephon Diggs, she's gonna drop that $2.1 million so he could party and be in that private jet and have caterers and all that type of stuff to give him a nice party. Given that he is going to the Super Bowl, so hey, that's her money. She can do what she wants to, right? What y'all think about that? There she is, honey, out there with her chinchilla on in the snow for her man. I ain't mad at it. I mean, it is what it is, child. You can't tell people who to love. She like bad boys, but it is what it is.
We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the
I like that
Super
Bowl! Question, I like that girl. So shout out to Entertainment Tonight, okay? I don't know, child. She like them toxic men though. All right, so I had something else I had to talk about, and we gotta go. Oh yeah, so let's get into Phaedra Parks, honey, because Phaedra Parks popped out on her timeline. I called it, girl. I called it. I showed the hell did. Where Phaedra has she's with another little young buck, child. Let me find out Phaedra out here loving a young buck. She like them young, honey. So I don't know who this person is now. I'm gonna have to do my research and be nosy, but Phaedra popped out on her timeline with this person, honey, all booed up and whatever. Now, I told y'all too, and Phaedra has also said again that Apollo keeps shooting his shot at her, like he wants to get back with her. She says every time he comes around to come and get the kids and stuff, or he's around her, he's trying to be touchy-feely and trying to flirt with her and wanting to get back and always asking, can they rekindle their relationship, because he says he misses her. But Phaedra's like, nah, get the fuck out of here. She said she don't want to deal with all the problems that come with being with Apollo. And y'all know those problems, child. Apollo likes to dibble and dabble in street work, and she ain't trying to do that. She's trying to get her money, like the TV money, and through her maybe one cases a year that she be involved in. What's that shade? Maybe. But Phaedra is out here, child. She done popped out with a new chocolate something. And Rob, we're gonna take a look at it. So here she is again. He had his hands in places that he probably shouldn't have had them. And some of the other pictures I couldn't put him up there, but he was palming, as they call it, her ass on a few pictures. I was like, oh, okay. So this wasn't just like a person popping in the picture, like, oh my God, your favorite parts. Can I take a picture with you? It wasn't that. It was somebody that she's definitely dealing with. You could tell from the body language and how he was kind of touching her. I was like, oh yeah, they definitely here with it. But so I ain't mad at it. She is a single woman, so I don't know who he is. But Phaedra got her nice little young buck out here. The other young guy she was dating, I guess she ain't fooling with him no more. But it's given that she do like chocolate, okay? Y'all remember on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Mr. Chocolate. They kept talking about Mr. Chocolate. So it gives that she's into chocolate now, okay? So she got her nice little chocolate something over here. I don't know what his name is. I'm going to find out, though, because now I'm about to be nosy. I got to do some digging today, and we're going to find out who he is. But this is, I guess, who she's dating or fooling with now. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Y'all said, oh, Lord, never proposed to anyone in another month. Yeah, that's very tacky, okay? I said the same thing about Martell when he proposed to Mel at her graduation. I said, see, nigga, you done stole the moment. Let this woman enjoy her moment of graduation. What you dropping down on one knee at this lady's graduation for? What you dropping on one knee proposing her graduation? What y'all think about Phaedra and her new man or whatever? Okay, I ain't mad at it. All right, what's something else I want to talk about? Then we got to get out of here. We got to get into this last topic with Demetria McKinney, and then we're going to go. All right, y'all remember Demetria McKinney from, I'll show y'all the picture. Y'all know she was dating Roger Bob from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was on there like one season. Let's get into that because I saw something drop with her where she was talking about her relationship with him, and then we're going to get out of here. So y'all remember Demetria McKinney. She is a singer. She was also just seen in a recent live video with Lisa Wu, when y'all know Lisa Wu and Nene Leakes was getting into it. So Demetria McKinney, she dated Roger Bob. This is them, child. I'll show y'all the picture. She's beautiful. Okay, yeah. I don't know what she saw in him because he's a damn dog. He was seeing everybody in damn Atlanta in the surrounding damn areas. But let's get into what she had to say about her relationship with him. All right. Shout out to BFB Braxton Family Value fan page. Okay, because that's where I saw it. Now, singer and actress Demetria McKinney recently opened up about her very real and relatable situation revealing that she was in a relationship with famed producer Roger Bob for 10 whole years, child, and still never got a ring. Who dates somebody for 10 years in you know, in preparation of being married? If you're thinking about being married and you're allowing a person to string you along for 10 years, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but go off. Now, Demetria, honey, who appeared on Real Housewives of Atlanta season 7, shared that she ultimately chose to walk away after realizing that she had been given wife energy without wife commitment. Oh, it's a lot of women out there doing that. Don't do it. Don't be out here cooking and cleaning and all the things that a wife have to do. And when you want a man to marry you and they get comfortable, so you're setting a person up to get comfortable and then not taking that next step. They're like, well, I need to marry her when she already doing what a wife do, right? Anywho, let's continue. Girl said that she was cooking, cleaning, showing up emotionally, listed as his emergency contact. Not emergency contact, child. Doing everything that a wife would do, yet marriage was never on the table. So she wanted to marry Roger Bob, but Roger Bob was out here playing with other women. We also saw that on the show as well, right? Give me 1 second, y'all. I said, oh, girl, I know you damn lying. What? Hold on. Oh, sorry, y'all. Okay. I forgot to cut my camera back on. Thank you to my top flight mods. They on the damn job. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me know. All right. Ciao. I'm multitasking over here. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so she was cooking and cleaning and showing up emotionally, and was listed as his emergency contact, doing everything that a wife would do. Yet marriage was never on the table. Now, Demetria made it clear that she knew her worth and refused to keep auditioning for a role that she was already playing. Girl, you better say it. You got a lot of women out there that's doing that. Now, naturally, this is 2026. A lot of women are moving in with men prior to being married because they want to test the waters to kind of see how the relationship is going to play out. Because I feel like you really don't know a person unless you live with them, right? I always said that. Now, I'm guilty of doing it too because my husband and I, we lived together prior to getting married. It's just something that we chose to do. But hey, I'm not telling nobody what to do or not to do. Is it biblically right to do that? No, it's not. But I feel like you know a person more when you live with them because, I mean, eventually you got to let your guard down and you're going to start to see things that maybe you can live with or maybe you can't live without. Right. But in that situation, 10 years, fuck no, I'm not going to be with nobody for 10 years, especially if I want to be married. And we talked about being married and I made it very clear to you that I wanted this relationship to go from me being girlfriend to then escalating to being your wife. And you just string me along for the next year. Then the next year, and we look up and we 10 years in and you haven't even so much as bought me a mood ring in this bitch to see how I feel, to see if that bitch turned green. So you can be like, yeah. All right. So let's continue. So let this be a lesson. Sometimes people don't change. They just get comfortable. And that's exactly what this was. And sometimes walking away is the real glow up. Right. So, hey, sometimes people don't want to get married. And that too, I respect. A lot of women, they just want to be in relationships to just be loved. That's okay. They don't want to go through the whole, headache of getting paperwork and going down there and being married to a person, because if, things wind up going left and you got to get a divorce, divorces can be expensive versus just having a clean cut where you could just walk away without having any accountability or responsibility of having to put money on the table to get away from a person or paying child support or alimony to somebody, kind of like how Candy is looking at she may have to do. Divorces are more prominent now with people getting in and out of relationships. So most people now just say, hey, I just rather be common law married to a person versus going and doing it the legal way. But hey, I respect anybody. It's your life. It's your relationship. Do it how you want to. But that's crazy work to be with somebody when you very much so vocalize that you want to be a wife and you allow them to sit back and allow you to keep cooking and cleaning and doing all the things that a person should do, even being emergency contact for a person. If something happens, call me, child. But then you out here smashing all these other women. women, because I told you guys on the show, Roger Bob was linked to a lot of women. Phaedra said she knew Roger Bob and knew a lot of women who were also connected to him during the time that he was dating Demetria, right? I think that Cynthia had, I think Cynthia said on the show too that she had dated Roger Bob. So it's crazy to be on a show with women who are like, oh yeah, I know Roger, we dated, we this, we that, we that. So for them to know how your man work in bed and whatnot, that had to be weird work, right? But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Roger Bob is a damn dog, but I feel like Demetria got with him. Probably she may have had some attraction, but mostly because he had a lot of connections in Hollywood, and she was trying to get her musical career up and going. And in terms of also getting her attached to Tyler Perry, because she's been on in a few Tyler Perry shows as well. So she was able to rub elbows with the right people, and I feel like dating him, it benefited her some, but she didn't get the benefits that she was looking for in terms of being a wife. And maybe that was a great thing for her, because you don't want to wind up marrying somebody who's cheating on you while they're dating on you. And then you got to deal with that shit when you're married and then wind up getting divorced, right? But anywho, that is our show for the day, right? I think I showed y'all everything, but that's them, child. Y'all sign off on the topics and let me know. We don't have any more reality stuff to talk about in this video, but I will be hitting you guys back for a pop in instead, right? So, and we both have our own place. Put a 1 in the chat if anyone dated the person and lived with the person before they got married. I don't feel bad for doing it, because I told y'all I learned a lot of stuff about my husband before we got married, while we lived together. I sure did. And my grandmother, who was a pastor, would always tell me anytime I would go that we would go home, she would say, if you're gonna stay at my house, y'all can't sleep in the same room, right? I'm like, why? We live together. She was like, no, because biblically you guys are not married. So if I went home, which typically I like to stay in a hotel anyway, but if I went home and I wanted to stay at my grandmother's house and my husband was with me, she would say, y'all could stay here, but he got to stay in that room and you got to stay in that room because y'all not married. So she didn't play that in her house. she did not play that. But yeah, she won't do that. But put a 1 in the chat, you guys. I don't want to be too personal, but if you for those of you that are married, did you live with your significant other before you guys got married? Or of course he had his place in the beginning, but as our relationship progressed, it's just something, it was mutual that we decided that we wanted to live together, and that worked. I loved it. I loved living together. It was great. The only thing I did not like was that my husband used to leave his, and I told y'all this before, he used to leave his shoes on the floor. I hated that shit because I'm such a neat freak. I like everything in place. So he would come in and just like take his shoes off like in the middle of the floor. And I would be like, can you just not leave your shoes? And he just stopped doing it because he saw that shit just used to bother me. But other than that, like, yeah. I see ones, yeah. I mean, yeah, typically you're not supposed to. Biblically, you're not. They call it shack, and the old people call it shack, and that's the term they use. But hey, this is 2026. More and more people are doing it. But I always say, if you do have the idea of wanting to get married to a person, I feel like you should not allow them to get away with stringing you along for years and years and years. Because I think at least a year in, if you want to marry a person, or that person know if they want to marry you or not. And if you continue to stay with a person who will not commit and give you that commitment, I don't see staying and continuing to keep playing that game. I just don't see that. But for those of you that are dating someone, said one for 9 months, yeah, it happens. Shit, it happens. But yeah, but I grew up in a very Christian family. I know you probably can't tell from my mouth sometimes, but yeah, my grandmother was like, yeah, y'all can stay, but you can't sleep in the same room and in the same bed. She did not play that, but hey, it is what it is. You have to respect people's house and their wishes. But yeah, that's our show for today. Thank you guys for being here. All right. Love you guys down. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Shout out to my top flight moms, Tiffany Thomas, Rose Armstead, and True TV Podcast. Thank you so much to all of my content creators who joined us live as well. Y'all know I appreciate you guys, all my Caramelians. Love you guys down. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be safe, be warm. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. So you love the show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, hype up this video, subscribe to the channel as well. Also go over to our Rails World channel and subscribe over there. You guys can also get your what is it? Not notification. Well, you can get your notifications for that too, but you can also become a member over there now if you want to. I know a lot of you guys were asking me, Rail, when can I become a member? So all of that stuff is set up. If you guys want to be a member on for Rails World as well, you can go over there and do that as well. So all of that stuff is there. Also, please go and check out my parody videos if you guys can, and like those up for me as well. And that is all I have for you guys right now. I will be checking back in for our midday pop in. So you guys keep your notifications on so you guys will know when I go live. I see you, Justin T. Please. Thanks for being here, dear. All right. Bye.